Alright, in the previous part we had covered the HTML part of the project. Now we'll be covering the JavaScript part of this project in the second part. So don't forget to add the script tag in the HTML, or else your JavaScript won't run at all. So before we start, let's just create two variables, and these variables will hold our DOM elements, that is document dot get element by ID, and we are wishing to target the cal input, that is this input, and we can do that by having cal input being specified here, and const val equals document dot get element by class name, elements by class name, and let me just close the CSS file, and we wish to target the values here, 789 minus and all the operations. So their class name is value, so we'll be doing that. Okay, so pretty simple. Now we need a way so that all these values 1 2 3 4 5 persist in this particular input field, which means that if we type 1 and 2 and 3 successively, that should remain in this particular input. So we do that with concatenation, and we'll do it like this. We'll specify a for loop first, our friendly for loop, and okay, so we're basically trying to loop within this particular array of elements, that is the values that we have specified. And class elements by class name, get elements by class name, that actually returns an array of all the elements. So we're doing just that, and now we wish to actually target a particular element. Now when I click 1, I need to do something, right? I need to actually add that to the input field, this one. If you remember the demo, then we have all the, just like how you see in a calculator, there's one screen that displays the input, takes the input and displays the output. So we're just mimicking that here, and we wish to add an event listener. Now the add event listener is a method that actually like the name says, it adds an event to the particular element that we are trying to target. And this is basically an alternative for this. Instead of doing specifying an attribute here, specifying on click here, on change, you're just directly doing this add event listener, and we are looking for a click. Alright, so we have to click the button, so we are looking for a click, and we accept it accepts a callback function which looks to concatenate the input fields for the pressed buttons. So any button that we press here, 1 5 minus, everything should be concatenated to the particular input field, and that's what we'll be doing. So input var dot value, we are targeting the value of the input field, remember that. And we are doing this input var dot value, concatenate that, plus is for concatenation, concatenate that with the pressed input, and that's the inner HTML. Note that none of these have values, they're just classes, and we need to target the inner HTML to get this value 1 2 3 minus C, not C, that is separate, but 4 5 6, they all need to be targeted by this particular inner HTML. So that's what we're basically doing. We're just trying to grab the clicked button and trying to just input it here into the input field. And okay, so let's just open this in live server and see what is happening. And yeah, as you can see, I'm pressing all the buttons and they are working perfect. Is equals to is not working because we haven't yet written any function for it. Even the clear button and the backspace button are not working, so those still need to be defined. So it's for now it's working perfectly fine. We are able to add the clicked elements to the or the clicked buttons to the input field. Now let's specify the clear button, or what we'd call this, the reset button. All right, it's pretty simple. Might have guessed it already, but this is how it goes. All we are doing is we are trying to target the value of the input var and setting it to an empty string. So what this does is it immediately resets the value of the input variable or the input that's specified here, and that in turn clears everything. Let's just run this and see what we get in the live server. As you can see, this gets cleared instantaneously. Now let's do the backspace function. Backspace all right, so how will we do this? It's by actually it's pretty simple, but it just needs a little bit of thinking. So if I type 1 2 3 4 5 6 or something, 1 2 3 9 6, we can do this by splitting this string into a substring. Suppose we just need to by clicking this one, 6 should vanish. All right, so we just need to get 1 2 3 9. So we can replace this whole string with a substring, but without the last character in the string. So that is only 1 2 3 9 and not 6. So when we click once more, 9 needs to go away and we'll just be remaining with 1 2 3. All right, so let's see how we can do that. So we're targeting the input var dot value again, and now we wish to split this into a substring. All right, how will we do that is by using the substring method of the strings, and it accepts two parameters, the starting point and the ending point. All right, so the starting point will be the index 0 since we want the first element as well, and the last element will be 1 before the element that needs to be plucked out. So we can do that by using input var dot value dot length, all right, minus 1. So all this basically does is it grabs the substring that starts from 0, that starts from the first element or the first character in the string, and goes up to the second last character in the string. So that's the substring we are trying to produce, and every time we press that backspace button, this old string is replaced by the substring. So I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Let's just see this in action and see what we get. As you can see, every click replaces the old string into a new substring, into the new substring produced, and that's what we get. All right, pretty simple. So that's our backspace, and okay, we're almost done with the calculator, and hardly around 10 lines of code if you just, or 13 lines of code if you just minimize this spaces. So that's how easy JavaScript has made us made our lives with all these built-in functions. So let's just okay, we have the result button left, result click, and we have to define that, and that is also pretty simple. Okay, right, we have defined our function, and all it will do is 45 minus 9. all right, should give us 36. When we hit equals, it should give 36. So any expression that is given here should be evaluated for us. All right, Yeah, we can just add another division and give it 7, or multiply that with 41, and this particular piece of expression should be evaluated for us. All right, so no matter how complex this expression is, it needs to be evaluated for us. All right, so how we can do that is basically by using a really neat JavaScript method called as eval. All right, so input var dot value, we are targeting that. Remember that we are targeting input value for all of these, because that's just our source of input and output. So that's all we are doing, and all we want is eval input var dot value. All right, so let's just let me just say what eval does first. Eval takes a string as an input. Remember that everything that you're writing here is a string. All right, so even if you're typing numbers into input, those are considered as strings and not numbers or integers. So eval takes a string as an input, and that string will be an expression. All right, so the eval method will actually break that string down, and it will have its own parser written in the backend for its functionality. I'll not go into that, but all eval does is it takes the string input that is the expression, and it computes it and returns the value for us. All right, that's all you need to remember, and we are in turn specifying that in our input field, and thus the only screen that needs to show the input or show the output will get the evaluated expression. All right, remember again that don't get confused. Input value, the input field will accept both the inputs and the outputs, and we are just trying to evaluate the existing expression that is present in the input field, and setting that again back to this one. So that's pretty much it. Let's see if it works or not. It should work. 25 minus 9, that equals 16. Sweet. If we just switch to mod with 7, we get 2. Sweet. This works. The backspace works, and the clear function obviously should work. So that's pretty much it. You might have expected a lot of lines of code to go in this particular project, especially for the JavaScript part of the code, but it hardly was around 20 lines. If you just remove the spaces, then it's 15 lines. So that's how easy it is with manipulating DOM and getting your desired results. Obviously, this is just a mini project. There are far more complex projects out there, and this is just an introduction. But yeah, all you need to take away is that JavaScript is powerful, and it'll really help you in making your websites really functionable and make them look stunning. That's all I can say. So that's pretty much it for this video and this tutorial series. Maybe I'll try to add some more videos, but yeah, I'll have to plan on which videos I'll add. But for now, all of this covers the basics, and we've also built a neat mini project which explains almost everything that we have encountered so far. Almost everything. I mean, yeah, we are missing some stuff like if, else, and but that's all basic. So you can build your own projects now. Anything that comes to your mind, or anything that others have done, and you just want to add your own stuff to that, you can do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video and this tutorial series. I'll be seeing you guys in another video, and yeah, till then, take care and bye bye.